What's up, guys? Welcome to Life Knowledge. My name is Justin Alphabet. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. Today we're going to be talking about how to control your spending. Okay, so you guys want to learn how to control your spending, and it's actually fairly simple. It's harder to implement, but the concept is very simple to understand. So let me explain. The way that I did it for myself personally was I downloaded an app, right? But before that, I actually just had to get tired of wasting my money. I had to get sick of it. So first off, you have to get tired and annoyed at yourself and be like, wow, I'm kind of a bum. Like realize you're wasting your money on stuff that you don't need, that you are, cluttering your life with things that you don't need and things like that, and realize that the rich never buy things that they don't need. They always take their money and put it into investments that will then pay them, if that makes sense. So all the money that the rich have goes straight into investments, and then from investments to them. So it's about patience. And if you guys have ever heard of the marshmallow experiment, where they put marshmallows in front of children and told them, if you wait to eat this one marshmallow for like 10 minutes, we'll give you 2 marshmallows. And if you wait for 20 minutes, we'll give you 3 marshmallows. And if you wait for 4 or, those segments, 4 segments of time, we'll give you 4 marshmallows. And most of the kids couldn't make it through. But you have to delay the gratification. You have to delay the fact that you need to first invest in, different assets and things like that, so that you can pay yourself and be rich. Because investments are the only thing that will continually pay you. And those 3 things are like real estate, stocks and bonds, and investing like that in the stock market, and businesses. Those are the 3 things that continually pay you, and what the main people of the rich are, like technology businesses, or like Amazon, Elon Musk's companies, things like that. Those are residually paying them, and they're paying other people to passively work for them, but still getting the credit. Elon Musk is the CEO of 10 companies. You can't honestly believe that he's like at those companies at all times at the same time, running everything. He pays other people to run his companies. He reaps the benefits and the rewards. Same with Jeff Bezos, same with like a bunch of other tech moguls and business entrepreneurial famous people. So the point of it is back to making sure that you don't overspend and things like that. First off, take account of where your life is right now. I would clean out your closet and clear your life first. That's where I would start, is go through all your stuff, find out what you really love and what you're going to use, and things like that, and get rid of the rest. Donate it, sell it on Facebook Marketplace, whatever you got to do. And the reason why you want to do that is because you need to create space for new wealth in your life. If your life is cluttered and messy, you won't have the clarity and the ability and the space in your mind and your consciousness and in your life in general, and to allow new energy to come into you. And money is energy. So if you want more money, if you want more opportunities, you need to create space for it, because our energy and our space, our minds can only hold so much in them, if that makes sense. So first off, start off with your closet. Your closet represents part of your brain, and it's kind of, and your room also, like they represent different parts of your brain. So clean up your room, clean up your closet, clean up inside of your house. After that, all of those spaces will make space in your brain and clear the clutter out of your brain. And that'll create space for money and wealth to reach you. When you get your life in order, then money will follow, because money loves order. It's numbers, it's ones and zeros, it's zeros and ones. So if you organize your life and create order in your life, money will follow. So beyond that, some more practical information, some apps that I've used for my personal benefit, um, is I started using uh, Rocket is what it's called now. It was called Truebill before, but Rocket was what it was first called. And before that, I used Capital, Quapital, and I started saving money for things I really wanted. And like the first thing that my family saved up for when I was a kid was we saved up for Disneyland, a trip to Disneyland. All us kids, we saved up, $20 bills here and there, and coins from the couch, and coins from the washer, and coins from the street. And we filled up this piggy bank that was the shape of a crayon, like a tall, piggy bank, and we filled the thing up to the top and got a couple $1,000s over time. And we took that along with like some other funds that our dad loaned or helped saved or whatever, and that I saved and my mom saved and my brother saved. We all saved up together, and we used all that money to go to Disneyland. And that was pretty cool. That was the first time I realized, like, if you really want something, all you have to do is set your mind to it, create a goal, set a time frame, and the money will come. So what is it you really want? What is it you're willing to do to get what you want? And what are you willing to let go of? What are you willing to work for and put the time and effort into? Just think about those things, as well as with, overspending and budgeting. These apps like Truebill and Capital help you focus your money, and they help you save money automatically. So you have to keep up. Like, it's kind of like someone holding your hand, basically helping you and forcing you to save money for something that you really love. So like if you want to go to Hawaii, you have like a little thing that helps you save for Hawaii. If you want to go to Mexico, it has a little thing that, helps you save for Mexico. If you want to buy a house, it has a little section that helps you save up and save up money to buy a house. If you want to get married, same thing. If you want to have an emergency fund or have a contingency plan fund, like a backup plan, 72-hour, or a couple month fund for extra expenses, that helps you save for that. If you want a shopping fund, it'll help you save for that as well. You can put in like X amount of dollars only for that, and that's your limit. So those are the things that you can do for that. Also, you have to get clear on what you really want. If overspending has become an addiction for you, maybe look into the root of the emotion and why you're doing it. The exercise that I would suggest first off is to just get in a quiet place, go be relaxed, have a pen and paper out, and ask your brain, why do we overspend? And then write down the answer, and recognize that answer. First off, acknowledgement and recognizing the why behind your spending is typically important. And usually it's because you're trying to cover up some other negative emotion. You're trying to hide some kind of hurt, or fill some void, or feel better about some kind of thing that's going on in your life. And if it's an addiction, that's typically what happens with all addictions, drugs, money, alcohol. You're trying to cover up negative emotions so you don't have to feel them. So my suggestion is find out what that negative emotion is that you're trying to cover up, whether it's, lack or want or loneliness or hurt or pain or anger or fear or any of those, negative emotions. Face those feelings and just feel them without spending. And that can be easier said than done. But what I typically do if I have a negative emotion is I just sit with it. I sit with it. I feel it. I allow myself to feel those negative emotions, and then I put that negative energy into something positive. And the way you can acknowledge that or understand that is with the yin yang symbol. So with the yin yang symbol, you can see there's white and black, there's positive and negative, and inside of both of those things, there's a black and a little white dot, right? So, good things can be, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, and too much of a bad thing can be a good thing sometimes. Or you know what I mean. So like a lot, for example, power, right? Too much power can be bad, but can also be used for good. As well as you know, too much too much, you know, goodness or righteousness can be also bad, like the Crusades, for example, like where Christianity, you know, went and murdered a bunch of people and things like that. So there's all kinds of good and bad, and too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. So it's good to have a balance and moderation of all things. The goal of yin yang is balance. You want to be centered and in homeostasis, and, you know, balanced and centered, so that you're not too far radical one way or too far radical the other way, but you're at peace, you know, and you're centered and aligned with and at one, or focused or centered, or whatever you want to call it. If you're too much of one thing or another, then you're out of balance. So typically, what people do if they're out of balance is they try to overcompensate, or you know, use an addiction or something to bring them back to or above the line, or into the positive if they feel negative, or out of the positive to feel, you know, negative, if that makes sense. Like, some people use specific drugs to raise their emotions and some people use drugs to dampen their emotions, if that makes sense. But we're all trying to get to that balance centered line, the point of balance, or homeostasis. So figure out what it is, you know, in your life that you need to clear up, to figure out and get clear on. Start with, you know, cleaning your room, getting clear on your emotions, and figuring out the emotions behind your spending, what it is you're trying to cover up, what it is you're trying to push down in those negative emotions, or you know, make yourself feel better and raise yourself out of the negative emotions. Figure out those things, and then get clear on what you really want, because that's one thing that the rich have, is they're very clear on what they want long term, and they always invest in 3 things, like I told you: real estate, business, and investing in stocks. So focus on getting your money to those things first, and delay the gratification. Don't eat the marshmallow too quickly. And then make sure that you can, you know, put your marshmallows into investments, and then get paid, you know, 50 marshmallows or whatever. So that's the goal. That's how the rich succeed. That's how you budget. That's how you don't overspend. A little bit of like the emotional side of it, a little bit of the financial side of it. And about those apps that I told you, those apps are very good for getting clear and having a vision of exactly what you want, and directing your energy towards and the attracting the money is really awesome that way, because those apps help you get a direction and a focus, and automatically help you save that money every month or every week or whatever you set it for. So check those out. I'm not sponsored by those apps. I just thought I'd, you know, give those to you guys as recommendations, because they really helped me. Also, have a goal. You know, like that's basically what it is. Like, have a goal, get clear on that goal, figure out what it is in that goal that you really want, and write it down. A written down goal gets done, becomes a plan. But a goal that just, you know, remains up here is just a wish. So write it down, write a specific date that you want it. So like, let's say I'm going to make $10,000 by next week, and then write that down, and that'll become a plan. Work backwards from that end date to today, and figure out what you're going to do every minute of every day of every hour, every day, and figure out what steps you're going to do to get that $10,000. And then use that $10,000, invest in something that will give you a good ROI. Real estate, investing, and business are probably pretty good options, I would say, because that's what the rich do. So do what the rich do, and you'll get the same results. Thank you guys for watching. Have the day you deserve, and let's level up.